Bro, I gotta move this wallpaper. This wallpaper won't. Bruh. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Where did my SoundCloud window go? I love when my computer breaks. Where is it? Yeah, you can go away now. There we go. Can I see things now? No. Where? Okay. Nothing is working with me today. Everything is fighting. There we go. Now can I see my SoundCloud tabs? No, I still can't. God damn it. I still can't see my tabs. There we go. Okay. What a day. Yo, what's up, Conky? The first one in. Oh. Man, I've had such a long week, but I am happy to be here. And I'm ready to give some good feedback. I'm feeling pretty solid. I guess we just start now. You'll never know. I really am curious, like, if this using these like symbols that aren't in like the English alphabet, you know, that come from like, I associate this with like Polish always, but I wonder if that actually like helps differentiate you, or if it's just annoying when you try to search the song. Because I honestly don't. If it's not important for the name of the song, I feel like it's better to leave this. I know you probably didn't send this to get feedback on the demo name, but this is something I'm curious about. Alright, let's go. Okay. Oh, my bad. We can't see the screen. Good point. Oh, this art is so nice too. nice bass. Wow. Who would have thought using a deep house, like old school, like deep house bass? That's actually wickedly smart, by the way. Hell fucking yeah. Okay. I actually have quite a few like pretty actionable things. So I think I'm going to start off with the intro and outro and kind of work my way in. One, but by the way, the track is super, super cool. Like, I think you have a really cool vibe going on here. And I mean, Late Ice, I know you have like such a nice sound palette overall. So kudos on keeping that up. I would say the intro and outro really need atonal real world ambience and like maybe some additional Foleys, but it doesn't have to be a lot. It just needs to be a little bit. It needs to be some sort of real world setting. And this is something where like if you use Splice, you can literally just go into Splice and look up like field recordings, and you'll get a whole bunch of different kinds, and just pick something that seems like it fits the idea of the track, whether that's a jungle, you know, like I don't know, like a rainforest, a river, a train station, somewhere in a field, grass, leaves, a basement, maybe it's like a server room, whatever it is that you feel like a real place that resonates with the atmosphere you want for the intro and the song overall. Just put it in the intro and outro, because you go from this intro anyway, right in here, and then you can drop it to make space for everything else, but it will make such a difference to the way this comes in. If we have this bed of not filtered or like less filtered real world sound that places the song then in a real space, it will help your arrangement and it will help the vibe of the intro a lot. And speaking of the arrangement, I think this here, two things. The transition needs some more low end, because we go from good amount of sub and stuff to there's like nothing. And I think this just needs, whether it's like a reverbed kick or an impact, or it doesn't need to be subby necessarily. Like you could do a sub drop as well, but it just needs to be something with a little bit of low or low mid presence, so that it doesn't cut off so harshly. Because I think for this tune, it doesn't feel like it's setting up for a complete cut off of the low end. You could probably change it so that this works, where you just have no low end all of a sudden, but it doesn't feel like it's working here. I think this part also needs to be quieter, especially with the instrumental, because I can't hear the vocal, and it's so compressed already here, and we have so much fullness, which is great, but I don't want to hear that here. Like, we have to scale things back a little bit, and I would love to hear some more dynamics, so that when we come to this part, we actually have a little more license to be loud, and it doesn't feel fatiguing. It will make the track more tense overall. The intro and outro ambience, I think, will help with that as well. The other thing is this second drop. Like here you have so much vocal chopping going on that the bass gets quite buried. Like you hear it sometimes, and then other times it feels really buried. I would see, personally for this section, once you're using this type of bass, which in my opinion is like a pretty iconic style of sound. Like I remember listening to like old school, like I don't remember what it was even called. It was like it's what we used to call deep house, but it was like deep house just as Future Bounce was technically starting to get going, and this is really like the predecessor. It's like the dinosaur era Future Bounce. And I love the sound. Like, to me, it's just such a nostalgic sound, and it's like the perfect time probably to bring it back, because it's been around 10 years since those tracks came out. So I would my bad. I would let this bass pop out way more. Like, push it forward in the mix, because I think it's such a cool sound, and you already have so much going on throughout the whole track with these vocal chops. That'd be nice to hear the bass take the lead for the song. Anything in chat? No, we good. We are good. Bet. I think it's gonna be a pretty short stream because I sent out the notification went out quite late today. That's fine. Da, 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 da. This is such a cool tune. Okay, next we got Arnosh. Let's go a mix. It says future bass here in the tag, so we'll see if that's actually what we're getting. The cat is back. The fucking cat, bro. Okay. Okay. I'm just experimenting with the EQ, by the way, while we're listening. That's such a cool section. Such a cool section. I feel like partially I'm getting tricked out because the master's also not loud. This is very interesting. I'm a little stuck here. Highest presence. What's up, Dirty Octopus? Happy to have you. This outro is super nice, by the way. I think really I can't say anything bad about like the overall composition. And I think the last time I heard this, I said the same thing, which is that the composition is good. It's just the mix down is. It feels overdone, if it makes sense. It feels overprocessed somehow, which doesn't make any sense because it feels like everything is like not loud enough, but yet too much. It feels like certain elements are like not popping, like many of the elements. So an easy one is like I just think the vocals need more mids, and I think this is a common trend. It feels like the mids have really been carved out of like the whole track, because if I go to any point in the song and I add a bunch of mids, to me it sounds better. Like this is overdone. So the vocal, I think, is probably just needs to be a bit louder overall. We're gonna make it louder though. I think the drop definitely needs more mids, because there's like a lot of this high-end stuff. Like, I would love to hear way more of these, like, chords, for example, like, be louder and be more present in the mix, because they have nice low end, but it feels like so much attention is left to the lead that there's not enough, like, other elements to harmonize loudly with the main thing, with the lead. And I think the filtered chords are not really next to... They're not really... interrupting, masking is the word I'm looking for, the high end of the lead anyway. So I think you'll always hear the lead even if you make the chords louder. So I'd say definitely boost the chords. And here I think you can also like go even more ham with the mids. But I think if you go more ham with the mids specifically here, it'll sound weird. It's like weirdly, it feels like there's a lot of material that's been cut out of like 800 hertz, which to me is not like a problem area. So I do wonder if you can bring some of that frequency band back of like 800, 1K. Maybe it's a problem in the reason why you've taken out that much of like that 1K area, but I don't know, to me it feels... The mixer sounds strange. If you've done a lot of processing to this, I would see... I honestly, my recommendation would be to strip it back. Because this sounds, to me, a lot like the mixes that I used to do like 3 or 4 years back, where I would just keep working on the same song and keep trying to process more and do more to the song to fix stuff that I had fucked up before. And what ends up happening is you're playing a game of like diminishing returns. Not even diminishing returns, but like you're always fixing one thing and creating 2 more small problems, and then you're trying to fix one small problem and you end up creating 2 more small problems. Kind of Hydra mentality, where you try to fix one thing and it's like you cut off one Hydra side and you get 2 more. And it's something I used to struggle with a lot, and the only way to avoid that is just to get better at fixing the problem that you wanted to make the first time with as little consequences as possible. And I mean, I think, yeah, as far as I know, from what you've told me in chat before, is like a lot of the stuff are instruments that you've recorded yourself. So if you're trying to fix things in the recordings, that I don't envy you with, because that's tough. If you don't have like a great recording environment, you can have a lot of things that you're trying to fix that will ultimately compromise your mix. But yeah, I wish I had like more concrete feedback, but this is giving me trouble. Yeah, my real feedback is like, if there's stuff that you can roll back, just try turning some of your processing on and off and see if you're actually helping the mix or if maybe you're making it worse. Because sometimes, honestly, the biggest enemy is you. That's certainly been the case in my things, where I'll go back to like a version that's like 3 versions earlier and I'm like, wow, I completely ruined the mix and I made it infinitely worse. But, alright. Bernice, go. Classic Zenless Zone Zero Brain Rot remixed. What? This is an epic picture. Also, Windsor, how did your submission go for Honkai Star Rail? I have to post it? Is it up? The reunification. No idea. Doesn't look like it's here.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Bernice, and I'll be serving you today. What can I get for you? A drink? Some snacks? Oh, a little flame! Mocktails, exercise. Snacks are real nice. Soda's so much dry. I'm lit, you can't deny. Whatever you want, whatever you need. So you never, ever want to leave. Anything that you desire, set it on fire. I'll make you spend your pennies all away. That's my desire. You know I'm the rhythm's not the same. 3, 2, 1, fire!
Wait, this kind of cool though. I like the speed part, man. The speed part is cool. He needs a boy that's always in Flextro. True. Let's go. This is interesting. I feel like you could just go way harder with this in the sense of like have more fun with it, like even more fun. Because they're like, oh, okay, it's like the zero brain rot, like whatever remix thing, but like one, I think the A part is a little cheesy and like that's like da 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 da. Like to me, the perfect reference for this is like stuff from Room 202. I'm trying to think. Is it? Like it's the same style of sound, but it needs a little more sauce to it. Like I think from the sound design perspective, it needs a little more something we haven't heard before. And weird stuff. Like it needs more weird stuff. I think definitely in the break, like you have this vocal which is going well. Like it's kind of like, okay, we're we're joking around here, but the instrumental isn't doing enough like weird stuff for
Whatever
me.
you want, whatever you need. So
It's kind of like, okay, we have like a fairly normal, reasonable instrumental. Like I would go full Jane remover with this and just like, we need like way more like FX sounds, like playful fills that are like super over the top. And I think the key to making like a brain rot remix thing like this work, and I say brain rot only because you said brain rot, but I get what you, the vibe of this is to double down. If you double down on the vibe and make it exciting and funny and like lean into the silliness of it, it works really well in my opinion. I'm struggling to think of like a good example. I think all the like Daria core stuff for me is like a good example of like just goofy sounds for the sake of goofy sounds mixed in with something that's really seriously well produced creates an interesting atmosphere. And I think it's why I'm thinking of like Jane and like the Leroy stuff as well from Jane Remover, which is just like, there's just a certain like, yeah, fuck it, like here's a whole flurry of silly sounds. And silly is something, sometimes they're not silly, it's just like cool references, really overblown transitions and fills that make it not feel so not cringe but like awkward, because this still feels like it's in this like awkward space where it's like I don't know if I want to like this yet. It's like kind of not there yet. Like let it be dramatic and over the top and it'll be super good, because I think the beat part is really great. Like it's kind of like, okay, cool, this is fire. The A part to me still feels a bit awkward, and the breaks need. Like this is good, but just more. Give me more. Give me more doubling down, and it'll be sick. 6 sample packs are so good, absolutely. 6 sample packs are crazy. Kind of hear sick type sound design more than Noct 2. Yeah, that's what I mean. It needs a little bit more of a Noct 2 vibe. Because the pattern is very Noct 2. The sound design is like not quite there yet. What am I thinking? Was it rewind? Like something with a little bit more of a mature sound design to layer in here would sound great, in my opinion. Alright, next remix. Very whip, no bass house deafen. No bass house, what? But def on his bass house guy. I'm actually excited though.
I see God clearly, his will gets done. Anonymous drop 10 G's in the fund cause he wanna see the whole land speak in tongues. It's a vibe alive, I might pull up, drop the gas, letting the flame ignite. So litty man, I lost my sight, I'm alright, just please don't kill my vibe.
This is so interesting. I think like the actual pattern itself is quite bass housey, but yeah, it has this like melodic vibe to it. Like it's composed with a lot of melody and harmony. Funnily enough, it reminds me now of like some of Discontent stuff, because he does a lot of this like in between things where you have like a lot of atonal sounds mixed in with melodic components. Oh, I need to crack my thumb. Okay, I think the build list is fine. Vocals, the Ellis string is a little too loud and needs a layer. I think if it gets a layer that sounds significantly different from the string, so not just like another string layered underneath, but like another sound from a synthesizer on the same note to fuse it into a slightly different sound with that string DNA, so it still has the same vibe, but it gives it a little bit of a different effect. I think that will just help distinguish it, so it doesn't feel like, okay, he just used the LS string. I think this lead is quite overblown. Mix-wise, just feels like it's distorted, but not in like a super crunchy or satisfying way. It's kind of just like fuzzing out. So that just might be something you want to take a look at, because I think you have a lot less bandwidth with these type of melodic things to like let things get really fuzzy and crispy, or like it sounds a little too like deep fried, the lead. I think the lead also needs more mids, especially for melodic stuff. Like with bass house, you kind of want to leave mids for all the basses, the mids of the basses. Here, I think the lead itself needs more mids, because the chords are quite wide already, and even they are on like super mid heavy.
Just please don't kill my vibe.
This is the thing I actually wrote down that I want to talk about. It's like all these elements have a bit too much reverb, because it's melodic components with reverb, but crammed together with the pacing of a bass house tune. We have all these little extra sounds in here that interact and make it feel very claustrophobic, or like it just feels very cramped now, arrangement wise, of like how the rhythms are, because you have the tails of all these reverb and the release of all these like, well, because it's not like well, like the chords don't go wah 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 wah, it's like wah 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 wah, and even the tail of that lead is like So I think if you're gonna if you want the tail to be like long, which is like, it's something that Enman taught me, which is like, if you have like release and tail really make such a difference in making melodies and chords feel emotional. Like we want to feel that like tail ring out. So I think it's just a question of like how much do you want? I think Asunder does a good job of this, where they'll have melodic tracks that have a lot of energy without feeling cluttered. So I think this is just a case of like referencing and then deciding like, hey, where can I make space, or where can I pick a direction? Because it's a little bit in between, which I know makes sense if it's a work in progress. Oh. Well, overall, super cool. I'm excited to hear this one is done. None of my IDs are longer than 30 seconds. Rip. I built a website? Okay, we can check this out.
Hey, yo.
Oh. Damn, that's sick. What is it, this? Dirty Octopus? Bro. Brother. Oh, brother. The first one, I think the sounds just need to be like louder and more compressed. I think you just squeeze the living hell out of all of the bass sounds. It'll be super cool. I think the snare also needs more punch, because in this one you have way more snare. You have like this ka-ching, and this one it's like boom. It's kind of like trying to get out of the way. It's like and like I'm gone. Whereas I think you could just let it like be a bit more intense for the transient. This one I super like. The melody and everything is great here. Even if it's still a bit random, I think probably with just a few note repetitions, it would be super, super cool. Because the rhythm and everything is great for me. Yeah, I think this is like a big issue I hear with all your melodic stuff is you always, as soon as you cycle through once, as soon as you've done any melody, you never repeat it. Like you always have to like add something new, and I think you don't need to. You can just let something repeat. Because we will never get it if we don't hear it repeating. Just is what it is. I think if you want to like have new variations or like new elements, it's better to add like a counter melody or like some other thing on top of the repeating element, because then we can stay attached to the repeating element if we're lost. But if the main element constantly changes, especially if we have an expectation of like, okay, this is the melody that just played and we expect that then to repeat to 95%. If there's like one note change, or like a change of a bend, for example, but the pattern is the same, it's still good. We can follow along. We can handle like pitch bend changes, but if like the whole melody changes all of a sudden, you just can't remember it. You can't keep track of that much stuff. But otherwise, super cool. I keep getting accessibility by boring. Yeah, probably, especially if you hear it a lot of times. I used to have this as well. In fact, I have such a fond memory of I had worked on this song for like 2 months. And I was super nervous. I sent it in to actually Janie, who now is like released on Stamped and like super, super nice. But I sent him a demo and he actually stopped it mid-drop and he's like, yeah, I can't finish listening to this because my head hurts. Like you have just way too many notes. And that was such like an eye-opener for me where I was like, what do you mean? Like I thought that's like, I just wasn't listening to the tracks that I liked. I was just like assuming, I was like, I'm hearing a lot of notes, and so I also have to have a lot of different notes to be as good as them. When in fact it was like the genius is like how few notes they could use and still get as much emotion, like evoke as much emotion. And so much of that just lay in like their chord progression choices, and small details in the production that would make it something simple feel so big and so impactful. And I think with you, you're also having this issue where you're like trying to put too much stress on making the melody thing. It's about achieving more with less, for sure. Because less is more is true, but it's about doing more with less. So yeah, trust it. Because like this first melody thing is cool. Like this is cool. This. And then you bring in this counter melody anyway. Now it's a bit too loud and too much the same sound to keep track of. It like blends into like a soup. But I see the idea here. I'm trying to think. I had an idea for if you wanted to like someone like Zave, for example, does a pretty good job at this, where there's like for Zave's really insane like 10,000 melodies stuff, there's still an element of like, oh, okay, there's like stuff in here that I can keep track of and follow, and like a consistent vibe. So that's, I think, a good reference, but overall a good vibe. Let me check out the website. Oh, this is cool. It's quick, now let's go. Remind me to remove this from my website. I'm screenshotting this. That's funny. Wow, I love it. That's super funny. Wait, let me remove this. That's not what I wanted. That's fine. About me, music producer. Oh, you're based in Hong Kong. I think you told me this before. Nice. This is a nice website. Nice. Super cool. Super, super cool, man. This is a nicely put together website. Let me check the chat. There we go. This one is rushed in 30 minutes. This is getting dinner. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. And 30 minutes is still cool. This website cost me like 50 euro per year. Damn. Unlucky. I mean, you're the one keeping it up. No one's forcing you. Why did you build it in the first place? Like, what was the original draw? Okay, let me check if there's any other demos. Otherwise, Oh, Bowtie's got one. Perfect. Perfect. Unearthed. Oh, this is so cool. I don't know why we can't see the waveform. There we go. It's just a server to store stuff. That's how I treat my Discord server, to be honest. It's like, I need to store data. Go. Actually, it's mostly I need to send data to my phone. This vibe is already nice. Wow, that was clean. Oh, I love the strings here. This is super cool. I love the palette of this tune. I think the synthetic stuff works well with this more organic style. It does feel a little too quantized, if that makes sense. Like, I kind of want more modulation and more movement if we're going to stay this. Because it feels quite static in the way that it's... And I don't mean like the note placement, I just mean like the... Like, it'd be nice to have some more movement in the bass. In fact, I started doing this for some presets I was doing where I would like bank an analog knob. And the point of the analog knob is just to turn it up, and then it just makes small adjustments with random parameters for like all kinds of stuff. Like, it just starts, you know, linking the noise to the cutoff filter and like creating a bunch of links that do like somewhere between 1 and 5% movement on like 10 parameters, let's say. In fact, I think it's a nice challenge when you're working on making a preset and be like, okay, cool, I finished the main sound. Let me go and build an analog knob and just like see what 10 parameters I can actually adjust here with 1 to 5% modulation. And it's crazy how much more alive it sounds. Like, because realistically, you're just adding like maybe in total up to like 50% movement across all the parameters, but it makes all the difference. The noise halfway through the drops is Fahrenheit within an oscilloscope. That's so cool! That's so cool. The sound design is fire. Reminds me of Alamore. Like separate the... Yeah. I think the rhythm is not super followable. Overall in the drop. But yeah, in the what do we call it? In the break, you certainly could. It's more so for me like sound design and stuff that I'm thinking about, where you can move, make this feel less static. As far as the drop is concerned, like the rhythm to me is like very difficult to follow. Because everything has such like long attacks, like like that's fine, but it doesn't feel like anything's repeating then. Like I can't track or like get into a particular groove, which it may not be the point, but it's something that I noticed where like for me it was just hard to like get into the track or like stay into the track, because it's like I like all the things that I'm hearing on a these are cool sounds like level. I just didn't feel them in like they're getting me to move. Honestly, I was going for that, then that's fine. Then like ignore it, ignore what I'm saying. Because if you like the rhythm of this, go for it. And I know you have like a good sense of rhythm, which is why I'm like, okay, I don't get this, but that's fine. This is definitely giving more like IDM vibes overall. This is super cool. I love this. Oh, this the way these high strings coming at the end is so pretty. I really don't have more to say about this, cause you have like you can maybe make the wind louder here, cause I can hear that you got like some like noise, some like atonal noise there, but it feels a little bit too tucked away. So you can make it louder, and then kind of like. I like the idea of, especially with your atonal sounds, of like thinking about it like a movie, right? Like if you think about a movie like Dune, for example, you get these like big landscape shots, and I think in music you can do the same, where you can have this big opening sense of like feeling that there's a world out there, and then like the conductor does a movement, and then all of a sudden we get sucked into a particular place inside the world, and you still contextually know it's like, okay, this is all happening inside of this universe, right, inside of a song. I say that I don't think I'm particularly good at that, but it's something that to me is like easy to identify in other tunes. I just don't know where I want to go with my songs when I do it, but I do like having like a lot of times it ends up being like personal in the sense of like there are locations that I've been to and that I've done recordings in, and I'm like, yeah, it needs some real world stuff, and so I'm going to put in atmospheres from my songs, or into my songs of like places around me. But I definitely would like to do more than that. I'd really look into the intro feeling more organic. Yeah, could be cool. I think that's it. We have no more submissions. It's kind of chilling. Oh, unless, never mind, there's a Walkus one. We're chilling. We got a Walkus submission. 22? I don't remember making this. I think it was probably made about 3 years ago. This is terrible. Also, the album will be released on the 13th of June, so make sure to listen. I will definitely be listening. Hell yeah. Oh, that's soon. That's next week. Next Friday. Let's go. Smoke. I'm kind of interested to see what Waka sounded like 3 years ago. I think I've definitely got a few songs that have this type of build up. I hear the Walkus identity in here. I don't think I've ever heard you do the bongo like. I don't think I've ever heard you do like the drum style beat part, the like that style. I always associate it with like Wink and also Asunder but I always associate it with Wink in particular because he just has such a good execution of that sound. I mean, I'm not even gonna feedback this because like your music now is just so much better, but I think it's cool to hear. I think it's cool to go back and to listen and see like where artists were a few years ago compared to where they are now, because you have to think that like maybe not every, there's certainly some like real talents out there who started out good and then got insane, like then became really good, but there's also a lot of people who start out okay and then just never get better than that. So appreciate the improvement of going from this to now doing something like this. And like having like so much cool stuff, because like this is like yeah, this is 3 years of improvement. It's super cool to hear. Like I appreciate you sending it, by the way. Like I don't know if I would dare send my old IDs anywhere. Bro is sleep producing, production version of Sleepwalking. Yeah. What? What does that mean? Like, who's sleepwalking? the withered rose emoji. I don't know why I'm so tired now. I think I'm hungry. Oh, I'm hungry. And I had a long week. And I'm slightly sick. I have like a little bit of a sore throat. So I gotta chill. Probably talking for an hour straight wasn't the best for my throat, but who cares? Yeah, I guess we're chilling. Walkus, I look forward to the album. Very excited to see what's on there. And yeah, we'll talk soon, my dude. I sent 2 IDs, total length of 76. Okay, we can listen to 17 seconds of IDs. Literally, bro. Do more with these like clusters of organic instruments. That's such a cool sound. That's such an interesting sound. Do that more. And then I'm basic. I agree. This is Gen Z sleepwalking. That would be kind of nice though. Imagine you like wake up and then there's just fresh IDs. I suppose artists who might experience that if they do like particular substances, like if you drink a lot and then do a studio session and then wake up the next day and you're like, I do not remember making this at all. I kind of like to experience that because I think it would just be so interesting to not remember the process of making something. Because I usually remember pretty decently like the feelings I had and like the experience of making something. So to not remember that would be interesting. With that being said, I am gonna peace out and go get something to eat. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. Kind of a chill stream today, but hopefully somebody got something out of it. I render everything when I'm drunk. Fair enough. GG, nice steak. Oh, steak would be awesome. Steak would be great. Damn it, now I'm hungry. I mean, okay, I'm gonna go eat something, but like, I'm hungry for steak now. Damn. Alrighty. With that being said, goodbye, everybody.